everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is going to be a reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Aquarius for the week of August 2nd to August 8th. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Aquarius. And if this reading resonates for you, don't forget to hit that like button and leave me a comment. Let me know. All right, let's get started here, Aquarius. What's going on for you this week, August 2nd to August 8th? Oh, some reflection. Okay, choices, direction. Okay, here, Aquarius. All right, Aquarius. It looks like you are still on the path here that you've been on for a while now. We got Temperance on the bottom of the deck. You know, Aquarius has really been battling a situation where they are trying to assess whether or not something in a relationship was fair. This keeps coming up every time I read for Aquarius. So right now, what I can see for you, Aquarius, it seems like you are still sort of challenged to spend some time withdrawn from external people to really reflect on that situation, because you're worried what people will think. It's almost like you want people to see you a certain way. So it's like if you spend too much time reflecting on this situation, it's almost like you feel that you'll be judged for it. That's the impression I'm getting. I feel like you feel that the people around you, if they knew what you were sort of thinking about, that they might judge you. And that right now you need to be patient, because things are shifting here. And it's interesting. It's almost like you're going to let go of that idea that you need to have any sort of validation from the external world. It's really interesting to see that combination of cards. Top of mind for you right now is that you're not sure what direction to go in. You're not sure what choices to make about how to align things, how to align your energies in a way that you can move forward in a sustainable direction. You want to do something here that is on your own. It looks like you really want to make a decision. You're trying to make a decision from two opposing ends of the spectrum here. And it's really difficult for you because you're weighing things out in a way that you can think of a lot of benefits on both sides. Okay. And so there's a resistance on your part to sort of pick a direction. It's almost like you need to be more decisive. Okay. And less, I don't know. It's interesting here. It's like you're seeing this from all kinds of practical. That's the key. It's almost like you're being too practical, Aquarius, and you need to be more inspired. You need to be more inspired and less practical. Thank you. It's interesting seeing this right now. Yeah, you're trying to drive the chariot with practicality, and the chariot moves when your energy's aligned. You're trying to drive the chariot here with practicality. And it's like Spirit is saying to you, no, you need to pick up this wand and use Spirit to help you guide and align these horses and align your energies. And you're like, well, how is that going to affect me in the physical world? How is that going to affect me in the physical world? And it's interesting. It's a consideration for sure, Aquarius. And it seems to be, the answer seems to be that it's going to change your physical world. You're going to experience a shift. You might even move. I mean, you're making some moves here. This is going to be interesting. We see that your hope is to see a difference in your day-to-day. You want a change. You're ready for a change. You just don't know how to direct that change just yet. And you need to be patient, right? You need to be patient and trust in the timing. We just saw that for Capricorn as well, trusting the timing. You are overwhelmed right now. You're overwhelmed by all the options, and you can't help but think of the past. You are letting the past still rule you here, but I do see that, yeah, there's a big shift coming your way, Aquarius. It's a big one, and it's going to really shake things up. Okay, this Knight of Swords is representative of you, Aquarius. So it's interesting. You I think are going to see that your world's going to be a little upside down for a little bit because of this massive shift you're undergoing, but it's going to start you on the path of a brand new footing, brand new identity, brand new sense of who you are. You're going to feel that grounding. It's going to come in once you start to feel more sort of mindful and grateful for everything in your day, from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep. And that is really nice to see, because in the future, it's like you're going to have this sun energy. Granted, it's in reverse, but that just means that you don't see how wonderful things are. You don't see how prosperous and how you've created this sustainable vision for yourself. You don't see it. You don't see it yet, but it's there. You just don't see it. And you might not be seeing it because in the past, when you have had moments where you felt really inspired and there's been this like passion stirring inside of you, you've kind of denied it. There's been this energy in the past has come up for you where you felt really restlessly creative and you had all of this passion and you wanted to discover some new element in yourself, but you denied it. You denied it. You denied it to yourself, and it's like it's back. It's back. And you do need time to reflect on things, but right now the reflection is being challenged by this. Again, you're still looking at how people will view you. Yeah, you're still worried, like, what is everyone going to think? That seems to be a big theme for you, Aquarius, wondering what people are going to think. And then, like, what's kind of really driving this week for you is this idea that you're having a hard time sort of assessing virtue and assessing the justice of that situation from the past that's still sort of on your mind. It's nice to see that it's not showing up as strong. I think you're moving past it, Aquarius, but you're still stuck a little bit, maybe on the fact that you think you were wronged, or maybe you think that you didn't receive the justice that you were entitled to receive. And that, again, that there's something in the public realm that's not giving you what you want. And it's interesting because really what you need to do is step away from the public, step away and go and be alone to reflect and prepare for this big life shift. But as long as you're focused on what everyone else is going to think, Aquarius, it's almost like you're delaying this this healing. I always think of the Four of Swords as a mental time where we heal. I always think of the Four of Swords as a time of mental healing and clearing. This is a time where it's just you and you reflecting, introspection, and trying to gain wisdom about something. But it's like you're still worried what people are going to think, and whether or not you're going to be recognized as being the person who was wronged, or whether or not people are going to think you screwed up. And it's sort of like a part of me wants to say, does it really matter at the end of the day? I mean, at the end of the day, things are shifting. This card represents you, and it's in reverse. So I always think that means, that your sense of self is going to change. And especially the Knight of Swords is a card that says prepare for a big life cycle change. So I think you are going to experience a big shift here, Aquarius. And, it's interesting. It's really going to require you to have some time on your own. And I hope you take that time, but we'll see. I suppose. I think you're still wanting that recognition. You want to be acknowledged publicly for something. It's almost like could you be waiting on an apology? You might be. You might think you're entitled to an apology. I mean, the Six of Wands is to me a time where you want your efforts acknowledged. You want your creative passions that you have expressed, or whatever it is that you've been inspired to create and express, you want it to be acknowledged. And to see justice in reverse at the bottom really makes me think that you don't think what's going on is fair. You don't think that the way you've been perceived publicly is fair. And yet you are headed towards a new path. So it's interesting. to see how much time are you going to spend on this, Aquarius, right? How much time are you going to spend on this? We saw Temperance at the bottom of the deck, which suggests that everything is flowing according to divine timing and that you can just go with the flow. But it almost seems like that's tricky for you. That's tricky for you right now, Aquarius. Interesting. Let's see what final guidance we have for you through the Oracle deck for Aquarius for this interesting choice on their minds. I don't know. I think you need more reflection. I think more reflection is required before you can make that choice. Doubt. Yeah, it says here you got the doubt card. So you got offering all to the divine doesn't mean negativity never arises, but you can say, free me from this prison of doubt. I cast this burden to you. Show me your will and restore me to faith and confidence. Interesting. See, I mean, you could be in doubt on how to align this Chariot because you're using practicality rather than intuition and inspiration to sort of help you align those energies. And there's also this element of doubt here in the Two of Pentacles where it's like you're not, these opposing forces, you don't know which way to go. You're feeling doubt. And that's why I think you're being directed here to reflect so that you can release and surrender to spirit so that you don't have to stay in doubt. Right? That you can feel more confident and be freed from this feeling of doubt. Yeah. Well, if you're not sure, take some time to reflect, you know, and connect with your intuition. Connect with your intuition. That is really key when you see the Ace of Rods. You know, if you're in doubt, connect with spirit. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much, Aquarius. If this reading has resonated for you and you would like a personal reading, my email is in the description below. And as always, thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and watching. And we'll see you again very soon for another reading. Sending you lots of love and light, my friends.